Monday night, and here's what happened. Last week, the State Department announced that they would be rejoining the Geneva Consensus Declaration. Now, calling this thing the Geneva Consensus may have you thinking it has something to do with the Geneva Convention, which prevents torture. It does not. And labeling it as part of the Institute for Women's Health might make you think that this is supportive of women. It is not. It is a far-right international organization that makes certain affirmations about women's health. Among these affirmations, that there is no international right to abortion. You can see the countries that are involved in the coalition here. You'll note that they are largely right-wing and deeply patriarchal. After announcing that they had rejoined this convention, J.D. Vance appeared at this thing called March for Life, which is an anti-abortion march in D.C., and said quite simply, "I want more babies in the United States of America." In other international news, the European Union has said that they are going to defend the Kingdom of Denmark's claim to Greenland, and noted that the bloc will not be negotiating with Trump for any kind of purchase or overtake of Greenland. Meanwhile, far-right figures like Viktor Orban of Hungary and Marine Le Pen of France are organizing Make Europe Great Again rallies. President Trump also claimed that he has deported more people in a week than Joe Biden ever did. But the president of Mexico and the president of Guatemala say that's quite simply not true. On average, from January to November of 2024, so in Biden's last few months as president, 4,000 people a week were repatriated to Mexico. And the president of Mexico says last week they got 4,094. Though she did note that the people came on military planes instead of regular airplanes. And in Guatemala, their president said that they were getting about 80 deportees a week, and they got 80 last week. And while that's kind of comforting in some way, ICE has been supported in many suburban areas across the nation. ICE is also now able to access state and federal police logs to look for anyone deportable. And a former ICE director told CNN, quote, "During the Biden administration, you had to be convicted of what was deemed a serious crime, and you needed to be convicted of that crime to be targeted in these types of operations. The Trump administration is taking anyone who's had a brush with the law at all, whether they were convicted or not. They're even taking individuals who might have been booked on a traffic offense." The National Immigrant Justice System has put out a campaign called Know Your Rights so that people understand best what their rights are when encountering ICE. In cabinet news, Scott Bessent was just confirmed to be the U.S. Department of Treasury Secretary. Bessent is best known for being a hedge manager at Soros Fund Management. Yes, he was a hedge fund manager for the much-hated by Republicans George Soros. He's also the second openly gay man to serve in the cabinet besides Pete Buttigieg. That's good enough for tonight, I guess. I will see you tomorrow.